Hey everyone, it's Steve here. I have a one question answer video here, just one email that I received last week, roughly when I did my Ask Me Anything video. That's one I do one every month, and then 1 or 2 weeks after the video, I answer all the questions on a video, or I just go through the comments and answer them. But this month I'm doing an answer video, but one question kind of just it didn't feel right to like add it into that video because it's just like its own topic, its own thing, and it's right here on this piece of paper. And this setup's different also. I bought like a tripod kind of thing, and I bought a new phone as well. I got a Samsung S23 Ultra. I reckon that was the coolest one I could find in the store, so that's pretty cool. And soon enough I'm going to get this little microphone USB thing that plugs into the phone, and it'll make my voice a little bit more clear. So this video might be a little bit different to most, but hopefully the quality is not too bad. I hope the quality is good, to be honest, because it should be good. So let's address the question at hand. Now, the question was written, I think, from someone who doesn't speak English as their main language. So I kind of like translated it a bit and made it more readable, but even then it's not very readable to me. So, Steve, why are you helping people compete in the same market? Japanese Pokemon does not need the spotlight you give it to show how easy it is to flip. You are teaching them how to make money selling the same cards as you while showing all the cards that you are investing in. It's a pretty loaded question, to be honest. I didn't respond to the email, and the email is just like a burner email. It wasn't really like a proper email. It seemed like it would come from someone. It was just like kind of like a meme format email with like 69 attached to it. But it is crazy. I mean, I understand the frustration from someone who might be seeing this, and maybe you gain money or you try to use Pokemon as an avenue to gain money. It's perfectly fine. Pokemon themselves uses Pokemon to gain money, obviously. You know, everyone under Pokemon, there's like Pokemon, and there's all the IPs, and then there's the artists that work there, and there's the people that design the games, and there's literally everything, and then down to the trading cards and the suppliers, and everyone is making money using the Pokemon IP. Now, I'm not very good at making long form topics or long questions like this, so please bear with me. I'm really doing my best here. We're both learning, we're both everything. I'm just going to completely explain my story, background, everything. This might be a 5-minute video, this might be 25 minutes, depending on when my throat gets dry and all the things in between. Now, why are you helping people compete in the same market? I keep doing that thing because it's a nuts question, but it is a very good question. I started in Pokemon in 2015 mainly. 2014-15. I did not know anything. When I first joined Pokemon, I joined a Facebook group. A Facebook group, mainly just an Australian Facebook group on Pokemon collecting, buying, selling. I saw there was 2 or 3 people that I saw like the main bigger sellers on there. I would message those 2 or 3 sellers almost daily. I'm still friends, extremely close friends with those people to this day. I have met them all in person. They're great, they're wonderful people, and it's just crazy that Pokemon kind of connects you in ways that most other things don't. It's just crazy. So 2015, I basically begged for their advice. I was on my knees begging for their advice every single day. You know, I would ask them. I first started, I knew base Jungle Fossil and a little bit Team Rocket. And, you know, I would sit there and I would ask them for advice, or I would do this, and eventually I would buy cards from America and then I would start selling them here, or I would go to my local Facebook groups, local marketplaces, eBay. I would buy things there, even compete against these people that were still helping me. And, you know, they didn't bring it up at the time, but I'm sure they might have felt the same. Like, I'm going to put this piece of paper away. They felt the same, that they were helping me, but I was also competing against them. And then, you know, 4 years later, me and those people, I was one of the biggest sellers of the old school Pokemon cards in Australia, and they were still also selling old school Pokemon cards. But we'll go back to 2015. So I had multiple people every day that I would ask for advice. Me, I know, right? And I still do to this day have people that I ask for advice that help me with little things. There are so many people that are good at one thing, and you can just ask them and they can tell you, and it's awesome. And someone's good at another thing, and someone's good at how to sort things and how to process this and how to make this process faster. The idea is, I started with not knowing anything, and people helped me. 2015, people helped me. 2016, people helped me. 2017, people helped me. 2018, people helped me. Do you understand? Every single year, people have helped me get to the point of where I am now. And roughly in 2018, 2019, I met this lovely guy on a forum and his name is Charlie Herlocker, and he is probably someone I owe almost everything to like to the volume, to the value level. I mean, there's many people that have helped me a lot along the way, but the overall, like, someone who helped me gain the most monetary value in like all my ever days. I think in 2019 or 2018, I probably had roughly to $20,000 worth of Pokemon cards value in my collection, inventory, everything together. And Charlie helped me skyrocket that. I mean, I think by the end of 2021, mid 2021, in just 2 or 3 years of knowing him helping me every single day, answering questions, asking questions, helping me grade cards, helping me look at this, helping me look at that. We got to like roughly 250,000. I couldn't even. It's probably more, to be honest, but I'm just going to go safe bet 250. So as you can see, the general trend. Why do I help people now? Like, why am I doing this now on YouTube? Why am I giving advice? Why am I showing everything? I have been helped since year one all the way to now. I have like a special group of friends who are all collectors, buyers, sellers, and like we are all together all the time, always feeding off each other. One's really good at selling single cards. One's really good at selling graded cards. One's really good at like Japanese old back. One's really good at Japanese mid-era. One's really good at Japanese modern. It's like we all like, and we're all collecting these things, and we're all buying and selling these things just to like grow the value of our inventories, grow the value of our collections. It's not like you can't do this alone. It's no one does this alone in this world. There's a few people who I've seen like some videos glimpsed of them on YouTube who claim to do it very solo, who think they are great, but like, you know, they obviously have help. They're just like too scared, too immature. Maybe they don't want to feel emasculated. Maybe they don't want to be some sort of loser like me wearing a bucket hat and a Super Mario shirt because the Mario movie's out. I'm going to go see that this week, hopefully. But it's to finish addressing the main question, why do I help people compete in the same market? First of all, it doesn't really matter. There's like 2 or 3 points to this video, and we're getting into them. Let's get to the second point. So, right, we know that I've been helped every year from 2015 to 2023. Every single year. I have never gone a year, a month, almost even a day without help, whether it's not from friends, family, random people on the internet. They have helped me. Secondly, why do I help? Well, let's say you have something that I sell. You have something that I have for sale on my store, and you are also selling it. One of us has to have the lower price. The second part of this is I wouldn't even be here. I wouldn't have anything. I wouldn't have all these plushies. I wouldn't have all those plushies. I wouldn't have all those cards. I wouldn't have all these cards everywhere. I wouldn't have my computer. I wouldn't be able to buy this new phone. I wouldn't be able to buy this stand if it wasn't for the people who are collecting. This is not something that I've never ever seen anyone talk about this before. If it wasn't for like the end consumer, the collector, I'm also a collector, right? So I'm buying off other people. But like when other people are buying off me, supporting my store, supporting my website, supporting my YouTube videos, supporting my Instagram account, liking my photos, liking the videos, subscribing, sharing people my cards to sell, showing their friends, you know, what was that noise? It's my other phone, it's making noise. It's just, the people that have bought off me to the tunes of millions of dollars, they deserve it. If you are selling the same card as me and mine's $100 and you sell yours for $99 and you can provide better service, you can provide faster shipping, you can provide everything better than me because you've learned from me or maybe you've learned from other people, and the end consumer gets a better deal, that makes me happy. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. You know, I'm maybe, once upon a time I was greedy. There was a time in 2020, 2021, I was an asshole. I was an extreme asshole. I was very rude to a lot of people because I thought I was the best and I didn't want to help that many people. I didn't want to go through this because 2020, 2021 was a very hard time for everyone in the world. I think it's just an understatement to say, I think. I used to think that, oh man, just don't want to help anyone. I want to keep myself ahead of the game. But over time, my life has changed, and it's just the benefit for the end consumer, the collector, the buyer of the cards, the person trying to finish their sets, the person getting a gift for their friend, the person who just maybe wants to invest or speculate. I mean, I don't really like using those words, but I'm not going to shun someone because they use those words. I don't use those words personally. I don't invest or speculate. Maybe I do in some sort of weird form way, and you can probably, like, you have 100 boxes or 300 boxes of VMAX Climax. Yeah, I bought it. One day I want to open VMAX Climax. It's one of my favorite sets. Maybe that's an investment, maybe it's a speculation, but I don't like to use those words because mainly that's not what I like to do. I'm a collector. I'm a store. I hold an inventory. It's just, but if there are people doing those things, collecting, buying, investing, speculating, I don't care. If I help someone compete against me and you have a lower price, that means I don't make the sale, but you make the sale, and the end consumer is happier because he gets a lower price. Maybe there's more people that pop up in Europe. Maybe there's more people pop up in UK. Maybe in Asia, there's more sellers. In Japan, there becomes more sellers. In the USA, in different places, they can get their shipments faster because there's more people competing. Man, that just makes me happy. I mean, is that not a bad? Oh, I feel like people might well look at this and be like, "Oh, he's lying. No one wants that. He wants to make all the money." It's like, yes, of course. Of course, I want to make as much money as I possibly can, so I can buy as much cars as I possibly can. I can help my family as much as I possibly can. I can support everyone around me as much as I possibly can. Yeah, of course. And no one else would ever disagree with that. That's just wild and extremely stupid. If anyone ever tells you that they're not doing this for money, because money is one of the most important things, if not the most important thing in this world, unfortunately, with the way it's shaped. There are things that at times are more important, but overall money can help and change many people's lives around you, and that's what I'm trying to do. But at the same time, I'm also trying to build the most massive, amazing, insane Pokemon inventory so I can be super proud of myself. I mean, I've played video games for the last 30 years of my life. Since I was 4 or 5, I started playing video games, and I've always been a sort of a mass player, collector, enjoyer. When I played Pokemon back in the day, I would have 10, 20, 30 copies of every single Pokemon and spread across all my games in all my boxes. I would just try to get as much that I possibly can. That's the whole point. So that's point number 2. Now, addressing this, Japanese Pokemon does not need the spotlight you give it to show it how easy to flip. Look, I get barely 1,000 views. Don't be stupid. I'm not want to call you stupid, but seriously. I mean, there are people that Japanese Pokemon doesn't need people on YouTube pumping the things up. People are going to buy it regardless, okay? So just be careful. No, there is only so many cards. There's only 400 Sword and Shield promo cards. You might think you might find an underrated one, but very likely that they are all exactly where they need to be at every moment. Okay, so does not need the spotlight. You give it to show how easy it is to flip. It's not very easy, to be honest. I'll be the first people to tell it. I'll be the first person to tell you that holding onto something for a long-term time is not very easy. You will sit there and you'll have your item on your shelf. Let me use an example. This one here. This is 25th Charizard. Most of these were purchased roughly when they came out, 4,000 to 10,000 yen. I have 6 left. I had around 25. I have a few raw ones floating around somewhere, but this is it. I mean, it's crazy. I could sell all these right now, dump them, go buy something else, but it's scary because, the price might trend up and, no one's a genius. No one knows how to flip. No one has the perfect thing. It's not easy. Holding on to things for as long as you possibly can and then using those funds to buy other things that you can hopefully hold on to for even longer, that's the plan. Last part of the question, you are teaching them how to make money selling the same cards as you while showing all the cards you invest in. I think that's the ultimate point. That the first 2 questions don't really bother me. That's probably the 10th or 11th time I've probably seen that pop up on videos and don't help people or don't show people what you're doing, but teaching people how to make money is not the idea, it's not the thing. I think if you're watching me, I really hope that you understand that I really focus on value, gross value. Yes, money is great, trust me. It's not and not to be understated that money, you shouldn't have money. Well, the idea is you put in $1,000 on January 1st, and maybe on January 1st the following year, your $1,000 is now $1,500 by smart purchases that you didn't just buy the new modern set right out of release, or you didn't just buy the first thing. Maybe even you did that and it still worked out, but you didn't buy some super overinflated PSA 10 card for $5,000 or a black label or this or that. I really hope you can understand by watching the videos or watching these. And even if you did make those purchases and you have the money, it's perfectly fine to do that stuff. Not everything has to be about gaining money at the end of the day. It is a collectible. It is supposed to be enjoyable. But I really hope by watching the videos you can just understand that it is a slow game. 2015 start. Here's where I want to be, right? This is me. I don't know if you can see my hand if it's up, but let's do it like this. This is 2015. Here's where I want to be. Here is where I think I am. Do you see my perspective is like, this is how much further I want to go. I don't want, this is not a short-term thing. I am around for the long term. I am around to like show people that yes, you should be around for the long term. It's not a short-term easy flip thing. Buy this, resell it. Oh, this guy's a sucker. He bought it off me. It's not supposed to be about that. It's to be about like I have spent the least amount of money to gain the most amount of value. That is like it. I really do beg and plead with people sometimes. Like, don't sell your cards. Don't sell your cards. They're really hard to get. Some cards are really hard to get. Yes, some brand new modern cards. They're not that hard to get, and you can just go to whatever places on eBay. People just open the packs, they dump in the cards. It's perfectly fine. But that's not that might not be the right amount of cards that I'm talking about. Like, the card I might be talking about is this one here, Giratina Altar from Lost Abyss. I don't really like to do the whole buy sealed boxes game because I find it quite boring, to be honest. And I like to be more involved with my cards and have a little bit more kind of like sealed boxes is like one set comes out, a box comes out, you just get one item. If you open the box, hundreds of different cards, hundreds of different possibilities that can happen. So Giratina Altar is one that I really liked, and I went really hard on the Giratina, and I got rewarded because I bought them, and I didn't sell them instantly. It's been like 6 or 7 months now. I'm starting to see a little bit of, it's starting to feel pretty good because I've held them for a while. The set hasn't been printed again. It's been pretty good. It's not a quick flip thing. It is a try to sell the least amount of cards for the most amount of money so we can buy more cards that we can sell for the least. Well, not sell for the least, but sell the least amount, and we can hold the amount of cards we have into the future, or eventually consolidate them into one really nice, awesome card. There isn't that many, and we can cherish a really nice collectible, kind of like a Snap Coughing, for example. So, showing all the cards you invest in. This is also a bad one. It's investing Pokemon collectibles, markets, non-tangible assets. It's very it's too much. I don't even feel like I'm qualified to just even explain what investing in cards really is, honestly, because I don't think about it. It's not even something that even plays in the back of my mind. I just like to I'll buy 10, sell 5, see if I can keep 5. That's it. That's like the only thing on my mind is just get as most cards as possible, invest the price. Once the bills are paid, for me, money doesn't do much. I leave the house once a day to go to the post office. That's all I've done for years. And that's all I'm going to do for years because that's what I find fun. You might sit here and think I'm a miserable loser. You might think that is such a lame lifestyle, or you don't do anything with your time, or you don't do anything with your money. It doesn't bother me. It's just how I am. It's how I'm going to be 5-10 more years, easily. And then, that's whatever. I'm kind of going on tangents because I'm really not used to this long form kind of video. But, last one. He didn't really address it, or he or she, sorry, I don't really know the gender of the person. Most likely he, since 98% of you are male. The last part of the video is, why did I start the YouTube channel? Why? So when I first started, I just want to document my collection. Pretty much. Document my collection, document the stuff I buy, show off the grades I get. That's awesome. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? I feel like everyone should do that. You should do that. Everyone watching, make your videos private on YouTube, make them unlisted, all the other things. Just keep them for yourself because you want to go back 2-3 years. I mean, there are mail days that I had that I spent $500 on cards that are absolutely awesome. That these days, a $500 mail day might have not even that impressive on YouTube because everything's so crazy. But 2020, 2021, maybe that was a lot of money for Japanese cards. And those cards in those mail days might be $10,000 now. So it's still cool to see, and it's still nice that it happened, and then I bought and sold them, and I graded them, and it's just like a really nice thing. I have a video. The first video on my channel is the first Pokemon trophy card that I had. Well, I still have it, but the first Pokemon trophy card I bought, the Pikachu Victory Ring 2005. And I documented it, and I documented my reaction, and I documented me taking it out of the box, so I'm pretty sure I took it out of the box. I think I just showed it out. I took the video like 1 minute after getting it out of the box, so... And I'll never get that feeling back, but I captured it in that moment, so I really do plead that you just record as much as you can. Record your packs opening, record your thing. You don't have to show them. It is embarrassing to be on camera. Look at me. I'm wearing a stupid hat and a stupid shirt, and I don't really talk very well, so you can make fun of me all you want. It's just... Let me get this water break real quick. Why I started the YouTube video? was for those reasons, documentation wise, and just to show off the store a little bit. I started the first YouTube. It wasn't even the name of my store. I was too embarrassed to put the name of my store. I called it 1 Minute Flips, because I just didn't want to be like a YouTuber sort of look at me, look at me, look at me kind of guy. Because I didn't think that was like okay in my mind. I didn't want to be like that. I didn't show my face. I hid everything. But then we're on to phase 2. I think earlier this year I started up my YouTube again. I started making videos again, probably early January, and to me it felt like an instant hit. A lot of people watching. In my mind, like I aimed at 100 views. One of my first videos got like 200, 300, and then more 400, 500 from there. And I usually average around 500 to 1,000, and it's awesome. I got 45,000 views last month, and that's a lot of people. I don't know if that's 45,000 unique people or if it's one person watching it 45,000 times, but anyone watching, I mean, I just thank you so much. It's just, I can't explain how it makes me feel or anything, but I can't believe anyone would watch me. But at the same time, stage 2, I realized, hey, Steve, you run this huge store, you put your whole life into it. Why don't you just keep showing off your store, be a little bit more human, show off everything you do, try not to be fake, just try and just be completely transparent. Be like, hey, I'm Steve, Pokemon Steve, I'm selling on eBay, I sell Pokemon cards, look at everything I have. And that's all I'm trying to do. That was stage 2. Stage 3, I got monetized. Now, what does this mean? This means when people click on the videos and an ad plays, now I get the money. I think my first month of full monetization was $228. That paid for this camera stand. This camera stand was like $170. So thank you so much for that. That felt good that I had like a thing that I could buy with the monetization. Now, it will never truly be about the monetization, because obviously I show the videos of how much I sell, and $228 is roughly like 9 grades with PSA, and when I'm grading 1,000 a month, it doesn't really hit the dent, but it does a little bit of like it feels good. And I have channel memberships, and people are paying for my channel memberships, and that's just out of this world. It is not, I'm not motivated financially by this, but I'm not going to lie. It's a nice little boost, and anyone that's going to tell you, I don't do it for the money, the money's there. It can't be ignored. And now we're on to step 4. Is that 4? 1, 3, 2. This might be step 3. I was just willing to show my store and show everything just to the viewers on YouTube. But now, is this thing still recording? What's going on here? Wow, 22 minutes. But now, I am getting, I'm not going to say a ridiculous amount of sales, but there are many people buying off my store just because of my YouTube videos. And I'm not sure if those people just haven't found me on eBay, haven't found me on Instagram, or haven't found me anywhere. But the Pokemon world is roughly this big, and each marketplace is like, eBay's probably like this big sphere over here, and Instagram's like this tiny little sphere, and it's like this big, right? So eBay's like this thing, and Instagram's this, and Facebook's this, and all these other marketplaces this, and forums are this, and Reddit is this, and it's all little things, and everyone's in these little places looking, trying to reach out to each other. And now my store, I'll be completely transparent, I think the YouTube channel has maybe sold roughly $3,000 to $4,000 just because I posted the cards on YouTube and people saw them and they thought they looked cool and they're buying them. And I can't deny the fact that I want to make more videos for the first 3 reasons, but then the reasons 2 and 3 are also, or the steps 2 and 3 are also like monetization and showing the cards off, and it's just crazy. Like everything's like feels like it's working together. And now I can stand here and talk to the camera, and I had a video of me sitting on my floor that almost got 1,000 views. Just me sitting on the floor. And I'm not sure people like me sitting on the floor more than me showing off my cards, but that is just absolutely just crazy. I mean, 800 views. I'm not sure if people watch it twice. People might have watched it twice, but 800 separate people watching me sitting on the floor, opening boxes with a knife, making stupid jokes. So, where am I getting at with this? Why do I make the YouTube channel? Why do I talk about the cards? Why do I want to help people? Because it's the right thing to do. That's it. Everyone deserves to be helped. If you're on YouTube, if you're on social medias, if you're looking for ways to better your life, better everything, use my wins to your advantage, use my losses to your advantage. You know, I eventually will explain my whole life on this YouTube channel. Man, it is hot. It is really hot. There's no fan on at the moment, so it's really hot. Eventually, this YouTube channel, I'm probably going to document everything in my life. everything I've been through, every bad decision I've made, every good decision I've made, I will probably try and flex a little bit. I will probably say like, hey, I bought this $50,000 item, or hey, I sold this $50,000 item. I will do that because I'm going to document everything. I think it's extremely important. If not for you guys, it's for me. It's important for me to keep myself eyes on the prize and, get myself out of the moment and just do it, document it, move on to the next. There's this insane Kobe Bryant quote. Not gonna lie, I say it like almost every day. It's like he got interviewed in like finals. He won 2 games in a row, and he's not happy. They're like, "Why aren't you smiling, Kobe?" And he's like, "Job's not finished," and that is like the best. Job's not finished. It's like, it is insane to me. I love NBA. I watch it almost every day. So when he got some like a superstar saying job's not finished, he's already won 2 games in the finals, and I'm pretty sure he went on to sweep. But job, like, that's for me. People might look at me and see me as like an NBA champion because, I got so many rare cards, I got all this, I got this big store, I've sold almost 60, 70, 80,000 items, $1 million in sales, all these other things. Maybe I might look, compared to someone who's just starting out, they might be in like high school basketball. But to me, I see them and I'll be like, man, I wish I knew now what I knew when I was younger so I could go back and start it all again. Because I started at 21, and there's many of you that are starting at 16, there's many of you that are starting at 30. And there is no time frame where you can't win. There is like no, doesn't matter where you're here or here, as long as you go from here to here, or here to here, or here to here, and you do it in a nice way, and you help people along the way, and all these other things, I really don't think it matters. I think the Pokemon YouTubers on YouTube, I don't watch too many of them. I watch Dan, Gotta Catch 'Em All, I watch old school Pokemon. That's pretty much it. There's a few other ones, but there's just so much drama with them, to be honest. The one this video is pretty much finished now, so just turn it off because I've already addressed everything. I've already addressed the question of why I want to do everything, but I will say a little bit of tangent at the end. Just stop watching the drama YouTube. It's not healthy. It's not good for you. I see like this guy is exposing this guy for doing this weird pack thing, and it's like, just don't watch that stuff. Seriously, just go on some. Like, I watch a lot of Alpha Investments. He's not a Pokemon YouTuber, but if you click out of his magic videos, he teaches you a lot about life. Everything I'm saying here is kind of just like using his words and just rejumbling them and giving them to you people. It's just, I don't even know if I'll post this video, to be honest, because I might do another take of it. But end of the day, everyone is just trying their best. Everyone's struggling. Why am I helping people compete and sell Pokemon cards? Because if I didn't start selling Pokemon cards, I don't know if I would still be here. That is like the truest thing. My life before I started selling Pokemon cards was ultimately pretty shitty. And the fact that I'm still able to do it, and now I'm in a position where I'm able to help people sell Pokemon cards to better their lives, get more cards for a cheaper price, gain value in their collections, gain a little bit of money here and there, be overall happier. Why would I not try to do that? Ask yourself the question. At the end of the day, everything we have, it's all just like physical garbage. It's all just whatever forced down our throats. Helping people is really the only thing you can take to the grave. No one's going to remember you for how many fucking Charizards you have. They're going to be like, that guy was pretty nice. He helped a lot of people. Just more people like that, I think overall the world will be pretty better. So, appreciate you watching. Thanks for everything. Dislike the video if you really want. Doesn't really bother me.